this video, I am going to work through the Unit 1 review sheet so you can see what the correct answers should be and how I got them. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here and let's get that focused. All right, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so first thing we're doing is simplifying the square roots. So I can break down 147. You might have to think about it a little bit, but that is 3 times 49. So I know that this right here gives me a pair of 7s. So this one, we will end up with 35 root 3. All right, number 2, this is an addition with radicals, and I know in order to add or subtract square roots, I have to have like square roots. So I can't simplify this one at all, so that one is going to stay 3 root 5. Now, I know that I can break 20 into 4 times 5. This gives me a pair of 2s. So now I can rewrite this one as 4 root 5. So now I can add them together to get 7 root 5. All right, next one. This one we're combining again, so I need to get like square roots. So I know that I can simplify 18 to be 9 and 2. This gives me a pair of 3s, so I can bring that out. So now it looks like negative 3 root 2 minus 3 root 2, and that would be negative 6 root 2. All right, number 4, multiplication. So I know when multiplying square roots, I can multiply the outside numbers together and the square roots together. So outside, that would just be a 1 right there. So outside, I would have negative 3. When I multiply the square roots together, that would give me 200. I can break this to be 100 times 2. That will give me a pair of 10s. So it looks like negative 30 root 2. All right, number 5. So looks like I need to distribute. So square root of 3 times square root of 6 is going to be square root of 18. And then square root of 3 times 5 is going to be 5 root 3. All right, so now I need to simplify and then see if I can add these two together. So this, I know 18, I can break that into 9 and 2. 9 would give me a pair of 3s. So now I get 3 root 2 plus 5 root 3, and that's going to end up being my answer because I can't actually combine those together. All right, number 6. All right, multiplying again. So first I need to multiply those together. So that looks like 6. And then square root. So I multiply the square roots together and I get 90. All right, now I need to multiply those together. So that looks like minus 6 square root 36. All right, so now I'm going to simplify and see if I can combine these together. So this could be 9 times 10. 9 would give me a pair of 3s. I could break this into 5 and 2, but that really doesn't do anything. So it looks like it's going to be 18 root 10 for that one. All right, 36. I know that the square root of 36 is 6. So that looks like it's just minus 36, and then that's it because I can't combine those together because they're not like square roots. All right, next up, evaluate the following and then decide if the answer is rational or irrational. All right, so I can't add these together, so let's simplify. So square root of 400, well, that's just 20. And then square root of 81 is 9. I add that together, I get 29, and 29 is rational. All right, next up, multiplying. All right, so I multiply the outsides, I get 4. Multiply the insides, that would be 64. So now I try to simplify. Well, I know that 64 is going to give me a pair of 8s. So that's going to be 8, which means that equals 32, and 32 is rational. Alrighty. Alright, number 9, this is square root of 7 squared. So that means square root of 7 times square root of 7, which is square root of 49, which is 7, and that is rational. Wow. 3 in a row. Who would have thought? All right, so now, I need to do some distributive property here. So 3 times 3 is going to be 9. And then 3 times negative square root of 6 is going to be negative 3 root 6. All right, then I multiply here, I get 3 square root 6. And then multiply those together, and I get minus square root 36. All right, so now we need to simplify. So let's see. These two cancel each other out. Square root of 36 is 6. So then I have 9 minus 6. The answer to that is 3, and that is rational. So who would have guessed? All of those are rational. All right, the next section I said omit. We didn't get into that just with us having shortened classes this year, so we didn't need to make it too complicated. All right, next up, for the expression. So we have this expression, give the coefficients, constants, and the name. All right, so the coefficients are 12 and 15. The coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables. The constant term is 10. That's the one without the variable. And the name of this, it has 3 terms, so this would be a trinomial. All right, moving on to page 2. All right, so now it looks like we are doing polynomials. All right, so here's addition. So I know whenever I add polynomials, just like when I add square roots and fractions and so forth, I have to have like terms. So it looks like we can add those together and we can add those together. So this looks like x plus 3x would be 4x. Negative 7 plus 9 would be plus 2. All right, next one, now we're multiplying, so I need to distribute. So first I'm going to distribute the x. So that would be 3x squared plus 9x. Now I need to distribute the negative 7, which would be minus 21x minus 63. And then putting together those like terms looks like 3x squared minus 12x minus 63. All right, number 18, we're multiplying a monomial with a trinomial. So this is just distributive property. So that's 12x to the 4th. Multiply these two, we would get negative 15x to the 3rd. Multiply those, we would get minus 24x squared. And then there's no like terms, so that's it. All right, number 19. Okay, we're subtracting here, so we need to remember that we're subtracting each of these. Okay, now there's 2 ways we could do it. We can just remember that, or we can rewrite this as 5x squared plus 2x plus 1. All right, now we're going to subtract a negative, so that's going to be plus 3x cubed. Then we have to subtract that one. Then we need to subtract negative 5x, so that's going to be plus 5x. And then we need to subtract, oops, missed my number there. missed my mark. So that would be minus 7. And now we can go through and look for like terms. And then keep in mind that highest exponent goes first. So the highest exponent is right here. So 3x cubed. Next up, it looks like those two. So that would be plus x squared. I'm going to double underline those guys. That looks like 7x. And then I'm going to put little dots under those two, which would be minus 6. All right, number 20. Oh, here we go. All right, so this is our gigantic distributive property. All right, first thing I have to do is distribute x squared to all of those. So if I multiply all of these by x squared, I will get 2x to the 4th minus 7x to the 3rd minus x squared. All right, now I want to distribute 4x to all of those. So if I multiply all of these by 4x, that would give me 8x cubed. So I'm going to line those up. Next up would be minus 28x squared, and then minus 4x. Now I need to distribute negative 3, so I need to multiply all of these by negative 3. So that's going to be negative 6x squared, so I'm going to label that one right there. A positive 21x and a positive 3. All right, so now we just have to add all these up. All right, so that one comes down to be 2x to the 4th. Combine those together and we get a positive 1x cubed. All right, next up we have a negative 28, a 6, and a 1. So if we put all that together, that should be negative 35x squared. Right here we have a negative 4 with a positive 21, so that should be positive 17x and then plus 3. So there's your answer. All right, number 21, find the perimeter of the rectangle. All right, so this is what I know is perimeter is when I add up all the sides. So if I add up all the sides, I need to keep in mind that I have 2 of these and 2 of these. Okay, so if I have 2 of these, that would be 4x squared minus 14x minus 2. So if I have 2 of these, that's what I would get. All right, if I have 2 of these, that would be 10x squared. So I'm going to put that right there. 10x squared and 26, which I'm going to line up right there. So add these all together, and I find out that the perimeter of this rectangle looks like it is 14x squared minus 14x plus 24. A lot of 4's in there. Okay, next up, now we're finding the area of the rectangle. Well, to find the area, we do length times width. So I am going to do 5x squared plus 13, and I need to multiply that with 2x squared minus 7x minus 1. So we know that length times width is the same thing as width times length. So it really doesn't matter which order we multiply in. All right, so first up, I need to distribute the 5x squared. So let's see. So 5x squared to all of this. So that looks like 10x to the 4th minus 35x to the 3rd minus 5x squared. All right, now we need to distribute the 13 to all of these. So that looks like it's going to be 26x squared, so that's going to go right there, minus 91x minus 13. So now, if we add all of these together, it looks like the area is 10x to the 4th minus 35x cubed plus 21x squared minus 91x minus 13. All right, 23 was volume. We didn't do volume, so we can keep going on. Okay, we need to change kilometers into inches. All right, so a couple of pieces of information that we have over here. So kilometers into inches. So I'm going to change kilometers into miles because I have that one right here. And then we can change miles into feet, and then we can change feet into inches. All right, so I know I'm starting with 10 kilometers. I don't need to have it over anything. I'm just going to put 1. All right, so I need to add a tile here, and I'm going to get rid of the kilometers. So I know that 1.6 kilometers is 1 mile. I know that looking at this chart over here. So those are gone. All right, I'm trying to get into inches, so I know I can get rid of a mile because 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So now I can cancel that out. And then I know that 1 foot has 12 inches, so I can cancel the feet. So now I'm ready to go. So grab the calculator. Let's see. So we have 10 times 5280 times 12. So I have that on the top. And then I only have 1.6 on the bottom. So it looks like, oops, sorry, let me get it out of the light. 396,000. So, gosh, where should I put this? So I'll just put it up here. So equals 396,000 inches. All right. Next one. How fast is a car traveling 75 miles per hour going if we change that into feet per second? Okay, so 70 miles per hour. All right, so that means 70 miles in 1 hour. So that's what 70 miles per hour means. Okay, so we need to change that into feet per second. So first thing I'm going to do is change miles into feet. So I know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So that allows me to cancel that. So now I have feet, which I want. So that part's done. Now we need to change hours into seconds. So I know that 1 hour has 60 minutes. So that's gone. Then I know that 1 minute has 60 seconds. So those are gone. So now I have feet and seconds, which is what I want. So now I'm ready to grab the calculator. So it looks like 70 times 5280 on the top, which gives me 369, oops, except I just wrote 396. Oh, good grief. Okay, let me try that again. 369,600. All right, and then on the bottom, we just have 60 times 60, which is just 6 times 6 with 2 zeros. All right, so now last thing we need to do is 369,600 divided by, and of course we can cancel those zeros out, but all right, so it looks like it's going to be 102.7 feet per second. Oops, sorry, going off the screen here. Feet per second. All right. Okay, last one. You're making cookies for your friends. You have 7 in your group. You plan to give 4 cookies to each friend. The cookie dough package will make 10 cookies. Each package is $3.79. So how much are you going to spend? Okay, so you're making cookies for your friends. So you have 7 people in your group. So 7 people. So 7 people in your group. So we'll just say in one group. All right, so we're trying to figure out money. So we need to change from people into money. All right, so let's see. What do we know about people? Well, we know that one person is going to get 4 cookies. So that will get rid of our people. We know that cookies, we know we can make 10 cookies in a package. So one package will make 10 cookies. So that'll get rid of our cookies. All right, and then we know that it's $3.79 for one package, which will cancel out our package. So now we can see how much money we're going to spend on our group. All right, so we have 7 times 4 times 379, and then it looks like the only thing we have on the bottom is 10. So we're going to spend $10.61. So $10.61 is what it's going to cost to give our group some cookies, which is awfully nice of you. All right. I hope that works. Let me know if you have any questions.